Go blue, everyone. Sour grapes at Utah. Also, tons of fall camp news. And yes, the sponsor logos have hit Michigan Stadium. It's all coming up next on Michigan Wolverines Live. And here we go. We are almost, folks, at the season. This is the last episode until we start talking actual games. Michigan Wolverines Live, presented by FanDuel. My name is John D'Adamo. I'm going to take you through this show. And as always, check us out on YouTube, X, and audio. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share with a friend. It means the world if you can do it. It's free. Just takes a second. Tell all the YouTube, tell all the Discord chats and group chats and carrier pigeons and everything else. Send them all the YouTube links so we can get this thing really up there here as we get ready for the season. And send us a super chat or become a member for your comment or question to be read on screen. We're going to do our best to try to highlight some comments, but super chats, as always, take priority. So we really appreciate that throughout the show if you have a comment or question you want us to read on air. And with that said, let's bring him on. He is our partner in crime each and every Tuesday, and it is so close, TJ, to the season. We even have real games this Saturday.
We are a week and a half away. I cannot wait, John. We have waited 9 months. We've waited a baby, John. For fucking Michigan football. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's get it.
Absolutely. And everyone in chat's ready. We got Goats. We got Detroit Wolverine. Quinn is in the house. Nero, Ryan. Everybody's back. Everybody's ready for the season. Somebody's in Columbus. Good luck with that in the Hornets' nest, in the Buckeyes' nest.
Yeah. Make sure to have a taser. Just in case.
Good call, because you never know.
Woo! Shit,
TJ, we got some super chats. Let's go ahead and hit those for a sec before we'll get to FanDuel, but let's hit these. Austin, go blue. Super excited with all the news coming out leading up to week 1.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. We are doing a stock report. Are we buying or are we selling, boys? You guys are going to play with us. Let's figure it out together.
Thanks, Austin. And Quinn.
Of Ohio.
I mean, what more can be said? Look at that. Fuck Ohio.
Yeah,
say it
sure.
proud.
Possibly should be the new state slogan. This needs to be proposed to state legislation. Yeah, no doubt. Fuck Ohio. We'll see you in November, but right now we're going to focus on what we got to do, and that is build a championship caliber team, boys. Let's go.
I might have to highlight this one a couple times just out of general principle, because it's always fuck Ohio.
Quite frankly, every commercial break.
Exactly. Why don't we go ahead and get to our FanDuel and Freedom Services thank yous first with FanDuel. Again, this is the first week we can actually talk about games coming up this weekend, TJ. So North Carolina is facing TCU. I want to say it's Ireland. I know they're going overseas. Let me just double check if it's Ireland. Yeah, Dublin, Ireland. Season open.
Texas Christian going to Dublin, Ireland, John. Is that not a crazy combination? Am I crazy to think that's a crazy combination?
Listen, Christians drink Guinness too, from what I understand.
I mean, who doesn't, John? Even the Mormons.
Absolutely, and I love this because North Carolina has proven absolutely nothing. All right, really rough season last season. We know that Bill Belichick's dealing with some extracurriculars. We know that Lombardi's dealing with some stuff. We know that it's just a general dumpster fire over there. So the question is, does that continue into year 2? or do they take a step? I don't think so. I have TCU winning by more than 7.5. TJ, what do you think?
In the attempt to build a larger fan base because their programs are both poor, I'm also going to take TCU, even though, although it's on the road, dude. I don't know. This is so like impossible.
Well, it's not. It's on the road for both of them. It's in Ireland.
That's what I was going to say. Like so anyone who knows how European NFL games go, one team is usually shot. They're impossible games. They're almost impossible games to gamble. Give me North Carolina the points.
Ooh, all right.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Well, we'll take. I'm taking TCU. Let's see what happens. And we also, as always, want to thank Freedom Services EPC, quality you can trust and people you can count on, servicing all the USA's oil and gas needs. Check them out at freedomservicesepc.com.
Shout out to Freedom.
Who doesn't love some freedom, right?
Fucking haters hate freedom, bro.
And speaking of that, sponsorship is going to be a theme of today's show. We do want to also remind people, even though we are talking to we're going to rock with some of our existing people. You're going to hear about that in the next few weeks.
Our legacy
sponsors. But anybody who has a product, business, service, personal brand, we do still have a spot or two. So consider a sponsorship here at Michigan Boys College Football. It's almost the season. It's about to get turned. It's about to get turned up in here.
It's Christmas,
and
John.
It's basically it
Christmas
is Christmas.
Eve. It's Christmas Eve, John. Look at all the gifts. Everyone's just throwing gifts. We appreciate all of you. Thank you. We are ready for the season, John. The energy's in the air.
Absolutely.
Honestly, and I've said this the last 2 weeks. It's great to see so many names coming back. Some of you drug it out with us through the offseason. And as you know, we talked about things that are happening in camp right now, and we've been on it. We have been on it as a community. And now the oasis is in front of us. Like we have eaten the bread. We've had the appetizer, mozzarella sticks with honey mustard, of course.
There you go.
The main course is coming, John. Desserts in December. All right, we got the dessert in December. Main course is coming, boys. Let's go.
For sure. We got Chris. The the Western Michigan game was originally going overseas. That's absolutely right. And Sharon Moore was not going to be coaching that game if he had remained the coach, because he had one more game in his suspension. So luckily, we don't have to deal with any of that, because now they're at the big house and it's Kyle Whittingham and his crew with zero sanctions, with zero anything. They are free to coach.
Yes, we are free to coach, and I don't think we should be going. Listen, no need for the rant. We don't need it overseas. What are we doing? All right, keep it moving, John. Let's keep moving. What are we doing?
Wolverine Warrior with the 5.
They play soccer, John.
Yeah,
they don't give a fuck about football. So all right, quick story time. I went to London for the Kansas City Lions game. We got destroyed. We got smoked. We talked to. Listen, I went to Belgium. I went to Amsterdam, as one does.
Sure.
Went to London. I was in London for over a week. Bro, they don't give a fuck about football. We talked to so many. They're like, I was wearing my jersey, and they're like Lions? Chelsea Lions? Detroit Lions. They don't even know. They don't even know. So I'm telling you, John, I think it's a wild experiment they're trying to push. But anyways, we're keeping it moving.
We're keeping it moving here at the Voice of College Football. And our next super chat is Wolverine Warrior. Bold prediction. Bryce is in consideration for the Heisman by the end of the year now that he has real coaching.
Ooh.
Go Blue. Ooh, that's a bit. For me, it's a bit. I get it. I understand the
bold
point.
Prediction, John.
It's bold, and we love strong predictions here at the Voice of College Football. And I respect it. And if that happens, we are popping bottles on this show. We are going to be popping bottles.
We're not only in the playoffs, we're a problem. So let's hope for this bold prediction. Also, I'll tell you this. Another thing. If that were to happen, our fan base could be talking the most shit, bro. We're going to be talking the most shit because the rest of the team will be well coached. It'll be ready. If Bryce can just and we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about that a lot.
And this is the last one we take for now. We appreciate everybody's contributions. Ryan stepping up to the plate with
getting the community going, John.
Not 1, not 2, not 5, 10 Voice of College Football memberships for defending the Natty. Doug, Carice Washington, Drew E. Joe, Blackie Tom, Sam Sanchez, Bill Feehan, Algorithm DG, Caleb, and That's the name. Oh yeah.
I mean,
so all 10 of you hit refresh, enjoy your emojis. And you're all going to be part of our first members only. We may even myself and do some callers might do a watch party for maybe the first Michigan game. I don't know, but we'll see. If so, it's going to be members only, and all 10 of you have access because you're all those who stay members. So now's the time to join up, y'all. We're about to do some members only content for the season. I'm going to pop the link right here in case you are not one of the lucky 10. You can join anyway, and I recommend the $4.99 or, of course, the Connor Stallions.
What's up, guys? Connor Stallions here. Appreciate you for being a part of the
shout out to Connor,
espionage tier. All right, why don't we get to it, TJ? So let's begin with this. Sour grapes. Folks, we have been on this since Utah started this. In any business, in any relationship, in life, when there's a parting of the ways and one party was way more at fault than the other party, you let it go. The party that's at fault, they gotta be graceful about it. They gotta just let it go. We wish you well, etc. Utah, if we remember, TJ, the athletic director offered Kyle Whittingham a coach in name only offer.
Yep.
You can be head coach in title. You can have a little bit more base salary, but you need to run most major decisions by your coordinator. That's bonkers. So, of course, he's going to try to retire, look for other jobs. Of course he would. I would. Wouldn't you, TJ? If given that offer?
Yeah, because you're wasting time, right? So he was given a symbolic position, not an active position. And Kyle Whittingham said, because that's the thing, right? You have a legendary, iconic coach who just went through a season of injuries, by the way, when they offered this to him. So, he's still trying to get to that mountaintop. Their university that he literally got to the Big 12, along with Urban Meyer, right? They went from Mountain West to Pac-12 to Big 12. They build this program, and then you literally tell them to sit on the sideline. And then Kyle Whittingham, with some years left in his ability as a coach, John, to chase a national championship, the university wants to have what is it? Jealous X syndrome, bro? Like where no matter what Kyle does now, we're upset about it. Like to your point, John, that we've talked about a couple times. This is common practice. When a coach leaves a program, they're going to take their guys.
Right.
It happened to us.
Exactly. Jim Harbaugh did it. This is what happens. And
left us with Ronin, John.
Look, yeah, that was a travesty. So this has been an ongoing months-long saga of Utah,
bro.
Right. Of Utah and their administration just publicly calling out Kyle Whittingham for the way that he left and the way that he took coaches or players. And I'm here to tell you that that happens nearly every single time there is a head coaching and a program change. It happens. Signetti took all his guys from JMU and his coaches. JMU isn't putting out public press statements saying all this stuff. And now, TJ, the latest in just making Utah look small and petty and cheap by suing Freddie Whittingham and this all coming out publicly, $300,000 for breach of contract.
I didn't even know that.
$1 million for general and special damages. So they filed TJ on August 3rd in Utah's 3rd District Court, alleging that Freddie Whittingham has abandoned his role as Utah's head coach. Well, no shit. Despite being under contract through January 2027 to take the tight end's job at Michigan, they claim that Whittingham failed to get written consent from Utah to engage with Michigan, or failed to provide Utah with written notice, failed to pay liquidated damages, failed to devote full-time attention and energy to the duties of being a Utah assistant, and actively recruited Utah players and recruits to Michigan while still being employed by Utah, aka what every single coach does in his situation.
Two things. One, I thought Mormons were nice people. What happened here, John? Like, what is this? This is not, from my understanding, very Mormon-like. All right. Secondly, I learned an early lesson after college. I got into corporate, and they're like, I need to be able to trust you. Like, can I trust you? I never like fully grasped, like, why would you not be able to trust me? You know what I mean? Like, but as I've aged and gone through the professional world, I understand what that means. Because if I can't, my ass is on the line. Right. So when a coach leaves for another program, they have to bring guys they can trust, guys they know will be in the trenches with them. Also, guys who understand the scheme, philosophy, and culture. And that is why it is very common, John, for coaches to take the people they know and to stick with the people they know. So, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't want, personally, and we don't got to hang on it, because we've basically kind of said our points here, but let it go. Right. Why are you making the muddy water worse? Like, how is this going to help the relationship with Utah and Kyle Whittingham?
It's not at all.
It's really what? $1 million? Let's just be honest. I know it's Utah, but $1 million, is it really worth the struggle they're about to go through? The legal fees? No.
Clearly, they were not a fan of how Kyle Whittingham decided to take a job where he was actually going to be allowed to be a real head coach. And that's so sad, but guess what? Here's the world's smallest violin. It's time to play. It's time to put your big boy pants on, Utah. And this is basically, it's not NFL football because we're in the NCAA, but it's as close as you get. Like, this is big time. Michigan has this in their couch cushions. Right. This is nothing. So the only thing that I give a little bit of credence to is, do I believe that Ward might have dropped the ball a little on being super proactive about paying and doing all the right things with Utah? I could believe that. I could believe that Ward might have been asleep at the wheel a little, because he's been asleep at the wheel for 10 years. But it's still complete BS, because just pay it and move on and say, we wish Coach Whittingham and his staff and players nothing but the best for the 20 years of service. 20 years.
What does this achieve if you keep a coach unwillingly on your staff? It obviously, this is for the precedence of the situation. They don't want the coach back. Mm-mm. They're trying to. There's something far more going on here, bro. It had to have gotten real nasty behind doors, bro. It had to have.
It's wild because Kyle Whittingham, it's not like he's a job hopper. He's not one of these mercenary. He has a different job every year. He spent 2 decades just as head coach alone. And then he spent even more time as position coach at Utah.
Right, defensive coordinator, defensive.
Right. He's been at Utah basically his whole career, or at least a very large chunk of his career. And this is how he's treated after spending so many years of dedication to the Utah program. There's nothing that they should have done other than say, we wish you well. And that's that.
Yeah, I mean, 32 years at the University of Utah, John. 32 years, and this is how you're going to fucking act. I mean, whatever, bro. I mean, whatever. That's why you're Utah. I mean, that's like, this is like when people get an opportunity to expose themselves, they really run with it, man.
It's true. And what's wild is that
I'm moving the Amish. I'm now moving the Amish ahead of the Mormons right now in my power rankings.
Well, I mean, not our coach and his staff. We'll keep them in our good graces, right? Because they did nothing wrong. Of course. Here.
Well, I'm not. Well, listen. The Mormons are very high on the power rankings. They're still respectable.
Sure.
You know.
But anyway, I just think like after all these years, like it's time to move on because all this does is make Utah look small. That's all it does. Like you reap what you sow. And in this case, the AD, this is his fault. Full stop. He handled this terribly. Because if he wanted Kyle to stay, he should have offered more money and being head coach.
They're watching Kyle Whittingham's social media and they're crying. They're seeing all the fun he's having here. All the players. They're upset JJ Buchanan's here, Smith Snowden, John Henry Daly. I mean, that's what it is, John. It's bitter X syndrome. End of the day. Yeah,
so I don't, I'm having a feeling that Utah is going to have a rough season. There's something, I don't know. I just some gut feeling that the lack of resources, Kyle Whittingham was kind of covering up the lack of resources, and it's going to start showing up here in the next year or two because the experience just isn't as much there now.
Well, Utah did get into bed with private equity, so we'll see how that goes.
Sure. Well, need to do something.
Clearly.
So anyway, I think we've done that.
Sue your former legendary coach's brother. Do that. Crazy. Anyways,
that's like if Michigan were to sue Jim Harbaugh, and I wouldn't say. I mean, let's be real. Some of those board
giving us Sharon Moore, suing them for giving us Sharon Moore.
Some
would stoop low, John, but we're going to aim high. We're not going to do that at Michigan. We're better than that.
Speaking of somebody who's an elite tier person, how about Ryan giving another 10 gifted memberships to Mike Anderson, Talonite Talou, Tommy Garrett, Frank Detroit, Joey Foster, Robert Howard.
Shout out to Joey, man.
Yeah, shout out Joey. There's a GoFundMe we're going to share for Joey and his family later on. I just remembered that. So John Shaw, Ron, Deuce, Amp, and so all 10 of you, there's now 20 people free, those who stay memberships for 30 days. So see how you like it. And if you like it, then start, if you'd like to contribute to and continue your membership. We have people here that have been members for like 2 years almost. So this is maybe more than 2 years now.
More than 2 years now, yeah.
It's wild stuff.
Outlook.
Wild stuff. Hey, we got Michigander. What up, Michigander? Michigander is one of our mods, one of our longtime supporters, contributors, viewers, all of the above. Buckeyes are making things up about Arch because he throws interceptions in practice. What they don't realize is if your defense doesn't get interceptions in practice, your defense ain't good. Coping over their own shit defense.
Hold on. I mean, truthfully, your defense should be ahead of your offense.
Sure.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the Buckeye Texas game is going to be it'd be a good barometer for this season. Let's see where they're at, right? I mean, let's hope Texas handles business. I mean, I don't know. I've seen some of the discussion with Buckeyes in Texas over these videos because I'm in a group chat where this stuff sometimes happens, but we'll see. To be determined on what it means. I mean, is Arch overhyped? Potentially. Is So to be determined, man. It's a hard call on Archman. I'll just put that right there. Hard call on Archman.
So I did swing by Menace today, and they seem real confident over there. Third base
Really?
Ryan Day seems
Like
to be.
Texas?
Well, they seem just real confident about the Buckeyes in general, and
they should.
And third base Ryan Day seemed very satisfied with himself, and tried to say, no, I'm not happy with anything, and with this little smirk on his face, like, I'm not happy, right? Smirk. And I just at some point, TJ, they're due for a 9-3 season. I don't think it's going to be this season, but at some point they're due for it, and they got to watch out, because look, if you don't contain Arch and you don't run like a ton of man contain and just different ways to spy him, he's going to get you. Wink Martindale phoned that game in, and Arch ran up and down that field.
So to your point, I think parity at the very top of college football is climbing. I think there are becoming more than 3 dominant teams. And you know what I mean? I think we're getting to a point of 6 to 8 teams that could win, right? I think we're getting there. I think we do agree that there's a good handful right now that could separate this year: Oregon, Notre Dame, Ohio State, a couple others, Texas. But your point about a 9-3 season, it is wild. And look, again, fuck Ohio. Shout to Quinn. Respect those losers, though. Listen, they have a desire to win. They have a well operating program. Look at what Ryan Day was talking about. Speaking of fucking Ryan Day. His comment about NFL players should not be in college football, but Ohio State will do what's best for Ohio State. You fuck. Of course you will. Just like handing out McDonald's bags, Ryan, before NIL, Ohio State was always doing what was best for Ohio State. One day the Buckeyes will win.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not.
Bro, that fan base. I swear to you, I've wasted so much energy debating those people. I'm done.
Yeah.
For at least 2 weeks.
It's just silly season with third base.
He's tough, bro. He's tough. All right, he's tough.
Tough as nails.
Never forget.
That nipple ring. That's tough stuff right there.
Street cred, John.
Here's one from Ryan. He's got a question. Dropping the 20 burger. How do you see the offense appearing this year? We're going to be talking about that, but we can give a little quick one.
I think it's a top 30 offense, and I think it's going to be versatile, and I think it's multiple, and I think we have more weapons. I don't. This is the most weapons we've had since 2004, 2005.
Yep.
The reason I say that, although if you want to argue, okay, well, 2017 and 2018 had a really good wide receiver room. Sure, potential was not met. Who was the running backs for Michigan in 2017 and 2018? Michigan roster. I'm very curious now.
Higdon. Was it Higdon in the running back room then?
All right, I'm looking it up. I'm sure someone knows, though. Shout out to whoever just posted it in the chat, because they're freaking birdmen. All right, so I'm looking. It's coming. Of course, the internet's tripping. I'm very interested in this. Running backs. Let's go. So Higdon. Higdon was offense. What the fuck? Fullback, offense line, running back. Okay. Chris Evans, Karan Higdon. Yeah, okay. Well,
Chris Evans.
Hassan Haskins was also in that room. He was a freshman.
And Hassan came in, yeah.
But even so, John, would anyone disagree? Jordan Marshall and Savion Hyder are better than Chris Evans, although went to the NFL. Hassan Haskins, who went to the NFL, and Crichton, who I'm not sure if he went to the NFL actually.
Captain America.
Point is, though, there are more weapons. And who was our quarterback in 2017, 2018? Who was this?
So originally Spate, but he got injured, and then it was John O'Corn.
Dylan McCaffrey.
And
Joe
then
Milton, by the way.
Yeah.
No, Shea Patterson was 20. So I'm looking at 2018. So
Shea was 2018-19. Yep.
You got Shea Patterson, Joe Milton, who's in the NFL playing for the Cowboys, and actually looked really good last weekend. Got him on my dynasty team. But yeah, end of the day, fuck it. I have zero problem saying this. This is the most talented Michigan has been at the skill positions, or just since probably that Chad Henne era, man.
Yep.
With Mike Hart, Braylon Edwards.
Yeah, I think that there was definitely some talent on that 2016 squad on defense, especially.
Yeah, defensively.
You had Jabril Peppers, you had Jake Butt, All-American tight end.
That's right.
Legend. But overall, I think you're right. I think it's the Chad Henne era. I think it's the mid 2000s because the amount of weapons is unreal.
20 years.
Right.
And guess what? You have a very good coaching staff with that talent. So yeah, there's damn good reason to be optimistic, man.
I'm with you. And we're going to be breaking some of that down here later in the episode. And we got Wolverine Warrior with the 10. With a bold prediction number 2. Michigan defense is top 10 in sacks and in interceptions this year. I believe it.
In sacks and interceptions. Ooh. All right. I am buying interceptions. What it was top 10 last year in sacks. I don't know. All right. So
it really depends on John Henry Daly just being 100% and rocking. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I'm looking up what was top 10. Miami with 50 sacks. Indiana with 46. Oklahoma with 45. Western had 43. We're about to play them too. Texas Tech Red Raiders 41. So essentially, we need to get. Let's see if AI can help your boy out. Where did Michigan rank? All right. So Michigan ranked 54th in the nation with 28. So you only need 12 more. That's one a game. I don't know. If on sacks, I do buy the interceptions. Actually, I'm not sure about the sacks, only because I'll say this. If the Carter Meadows, we're going to get into the hype shit. We'll get into it.
Yeah. So, well, here's what I'll say. Rod Moore is healthy. He's number 1 jersey. He's going to get some INT.
Yeah.
And then you got apparently Jair, Smith Snowden, and Zeke Berry have all been a big problem for the receivers in practice.
And Chris Bracey's been a playmaker. So I mean, look, I'm all in on the interceptions because that's how BYU ran. They were one of the top intercepting turnover teams. The sacks will be interesting though. That's an interesting one.
Michiganders back here. Buckeyes are way too confident for only bringing back 3 starters on their defense. So much delusion in that fan base for thinking they can replicate. Oh, they think they're going to win a title. I mean,
all the delusion. Listen, this just puts in the perfect perspective of their delusion. They think their 2025 or was it 25 title? Or was it 24? I'm sorry. Forgive me. Was the greatest run in college football history. That is all you need to know.
Sure.
They tell on themselves.
Mickey Mouse run.
They tell on themselves. They cannot fathom there'll be more 12-team playoffs. They just can't fathom those thoughts.
Yeah. Look, I never count out Ohio State because they haven't had a season under 10 wins since 2011. So their consistency, the factory-like nature of the program, it's like what Nick Saban was running. It's a similar type thing. It's a factory. It's a system.
Less championships.
And just, less championships than Saban. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, listen, it's the most consistently winning program in modern football history. It just is.
Yeah.
But fuck them. They suck. Who gives a shit? We beat them all the time.
Yeah, we do beat them all. 4 out of the last 5 years.
Yeah, how's the decade going, John? What's the record? 4 and what?
4-1.
About to be 5-1. Let's go, boys.
Absolutely. Ryan says, I'm buying the interceptions.
Yeah. Well, and shit, you're also buying everybody beers, Ryan. Shout out to you. We appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Ryan's excited. Football season's here, and Ryan is amped up, and we're here for it, man. But Yeah. So, but just regarding Ohio State, here's the reality. Okay, this is the best frame of perspective of Ohio State. Fuck them, but we respect them, and they're a worthy rival. Unlike some in the state of Michigan, John.
Yeah.
No names.
Yeah.
Out of
we
respect.
We don't even need to say it. Everybody knows but they're all too busy talking about us. So we don't need to say their name because you know what? We're on a different path. We're on a whole different planet.
Bro, the Spartans, I name names, I'm sorry. They are Ohio State fans. They are legitimately, I see Spartans on Ohio State stuff they are living through Ohio State. So when we beat Ohio State, we beat two fan bases. That's the truth. And the Buckeyes know this. I talk to you, Buckeyes. I know, you know.
Oh, snap. We got Yomob hadn't been around for a minute. Great to see Yomob back. Not jinxing anything, but other than Underwood, what player injury would be the most disastrous to our season?
It's an awful question.
Yikes. Yeah, I don't love that.
Disastrous?
I don't know if I even want to say a player name and yeah. I think there's a few different position groups that I'd be worried about.
I mean, like it's interesting because we actually have depth. So I'm trying to. I mean, I want to say Jake Granera might be.
That's a good call. It's a good call.
Losing a center with this young quarterback would be awful, and then John Henry Daly might be my other thought. But I don't want to put that in the air, bro. Next, I agree.
I know. Next. But thank you for the 5. Michigander with the 2. OSU is the losingest postseason program. OAT. That probably means something.
Of all time?
Of all time. There you go. Yeah.
Is the losingest postseason program of all time. I will say that means they get there a lot. But okay, who is the most? So this is including, is this college football era only?
I mean, I'm sure that they would say it's us because of all the Rose Bowls that Bo lost.
Who has lost the most? Interesting. No.
While you're looking that up, Wolverine Warrior says, fun fact, Ohio State is 5th all-time with players arrested. Who's above? I mean, Georgia might be up there with the drunk driving.
The most college football playoff losses is actually Alabama at 9-5. Ohio State's 7-4.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it's including bowls. Let us know. I'm curious.
Yeah. Alabama just got to so many playoffs during the Saban era.
Well, when you're playing NIL before NIL, John, that's
true.
Like I am going to stress, like, listen, no one's saying Nick Saban's not a legend, because even if you do NIL, shout out to Texas A&M, it's still hard to build the dominant program. Like, it does take a leader of men. So I do respect that. But let me tell you something. The reason he performed the way he did at Michigan State versus going to SEC country, there's a reason. How'd the NFL go, John? Why is it all of
crash and burn
pre-NIL buyers who go to the NFL failed? How'd Urban Meyer do?
Well, like 2 or 3 wins.
Yeah, and messing with blondes and like every
right. Some extracurriculars.
Came from the school of Sharon Moore, or actually maybe Sharon Moore came from the school of Urban Meyer. You know what I'm saying? But not coaching though. But
no.
Like the point being is, like, let's just since people want to come at us over shit as small as signs, even though we railroaded every team after that became public knowledge, which we did. I'm calling that bullshit out, bro. Like, listen, those dynasties, those great teams, the Clemsons, even what Ohio State did for 20 years, it ain't clean, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about all this. I will say that I think Ohio State 5th all time. I mean, George is got to be up there with the DUIs, right? Like George has got
DUI, not DUIs, just driving recklessly, reckless driving.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that's DUIs. I don't think. I think it's just the fact they all like to go over 100 miles an hour.
Right. Florida had quite a few incidents.
Who was the coach of that team, John?
Oh, wait a minute. Urban Meyer?
Oh, shit. No, it can't be. He's clean.
Curious. He is squeaky. He is squeaky clean, folks.
John, he's such a nice guy. He sits in a room with a recruit and he says, "What would it take to get you here?" And then opens up a checkbook.
Yeah, what'll it take? Here, we'll write it. Yeah, we'll get you that.
What'll it take? Another 0. We got you.
And he was doing that all the way back at Notre Dame. So so you think he stopped doing it after Notre Dame when he was head coach at Florida and at Ohio State? No.
Because he wasn't at Notre Dame. He was at Utah. You talking about Utah?
Well, he was a coordinator at Notre Dame.
Really? I
want to say special teams. Yeah.
Okay.
Ryan says would love to have you guys at a tailgate. Well, listen.
Well,
we'll
be at a game.
We're going to be at a game. I'm thinking, like I said, November, and probably the UCLA or MSU. It's probably going to be one of
MSU.
those.
We have to go to MSU. It has to be MSU. We have to dunk on little brother, John.
Yeah.
Together.
That one would be more fun.
It would be because we're going to kill them. It's going to be a murder. It's premeditated.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I think there might be like a members thing, and then there might be a general thing, but we'll see. I definitely want to do something for the members if we do go. So, but we'll figure it out. So
like a pregame hangout or something?
Yeah, something for the members.
We can't be doing that.
Something for the members. Yeah. Ryan is on fire today.
Yeah, you are, Ryan. Goodness gracious.
Wow, man.
Thank you, everybody. And thank you, everybody. Just everybody. Appreciate all of you. Shout out to Ryan, obviously Quinn, our boy, everybody though.
This is incredible. Holy crap. Okay, so we've got, let's see, Philly BDMV. Oh, that's Phil. Buckeye Phil.
Yep. He's a good one though. He is a good one.
M1A1 Abrams. Please dongle my bongles. Arch Nemesis Motown Mitch. It's Mike Lowry. Sal Freelick sucks. Chris Sparrow. Derek. Michigan Fan 52. I remember Michigan Fan 52. J-Dub. Elder Grown. All of you just got everybody got some membership today, I guess. This is amazing. Ryan, thank you for everything you do. Seriously. And if you got a membership from Ryan, please let him know in the chat. Say thank you in the chat. Like, give him some appreciation because he doesn't have to do this. He does it because he wants to support everybody. So thank you for that.
The community is going to be locked and loaded heading into the season, John. So we're looking to really get it going this year. We should have a good year ahead of us, boys, honestly. I mean, no one's bullshitting. This should be a pretty damn good year. Should be a fun time. Let's put it that way. I'm sure there'll be some tough moments, but should be a good time.
Yeah, there's always a little rain with you need a little rain with the sunshine, right? And so, but I feel like compared to the past 2 years, I think we're going to have a little bit more fun. I just, that's my thought.
Yeah,
I think
because our coach can call a timeout, John. Our coach can call a timeout. I don't got to come on air talking about how we don't know how to do a timeout.
Yeah. Kyle Whittingham actually knows how to coach. So this is very exciting. And thanks, Phil, for the appreciation. Good guy, Phil. As I call them, reasonable Buckeyes. Doreen is here somewhere, reasonable Buckeye. So appreciate when we have them come by. And M1 also saying thank you. Very, very cool. Go Blue. Okay. And then why not one more time since we're in between segments? We'll just go back up to this one because it's just so great.
Truth is truth.
Thanks, Quinn. All right. Oh, one more. We got one more, and then we're going to go to topics. Wolverine Warrior Ryan, you're the man. Go Blue with the 5. Appreciate that.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Okay, so we have been hearing a significant amount of Bryce Underwood positive news. And TJ, this isn't just coming from your usual sunshine pumpers.
No.
This is coming from people who are more cynical. This is coming from people who have been up and down and maybe a little bit critical about Bryce in the past. And apparently he has had his best games. His best game was the last was the last practice, was the scrimmage. That was his best game. He's been improving steadily. And Coy Detmer Jr. talked about it. He put in a lot of work in the spring and summer because I think we all saw it with our own 2 eyes. We called it out on this show. There is a lot of work that needed to happen when we saw the spring game. And it sounds like some of that work has been done and he's improving.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing that's interesting is there was a scrimmage before the last one where Bryce was, early in camp, there was still hot and cold moments. And I even had personally, so this is where we talk about, okay, so you have like the on 3, you have the 247, you have the different individuals who are getting intel on their ends, right? And then you have coaches from the press conferences, and then you get cross-pollination from your own people that you speak with, right? And I spoke with a practice observer, and they said Bryce was looking fundamentally better. They didn't say anything too wild, but just fundamentally better, more clean, and more patient. More patient. So, all right, that's good news. We jotted down. We take the data, but since the last 2 weeks, John, the momentum has been that Bryce has beginning to take that step as a quarterback, that not only is his mechanics improving, but his feel is improving. His decision making is improving. His touch to his receivers is now. I don't want to oversell anything by any means. We don't. And listen, we have done this show 3 off seasons now, John. We've heard some quarterback hype before. I remember Davis Warren completing 88% of his completions.
88% completion.
I remember hearing Alex Orji has become, was it like a better passer, something along those lines, an improved passer is what I think that we heard.
Yeah.
Not true.
Not true.
So I'm going to say, I find it very interesting. I will say I do expect personally Bryce to take a step this year. The question is, how big of a step does he take?
Right.
And how early do we see that step being taken? Like, is it going to be week 1? Is it going to be week 4? Is it week 7? I'm not entirely sure yet. I do think things begin to click for him this year. I do think his feel for the game and the game slowing down occurs this year. And I do think that what we're hearing out of camp right now is an indicator of that direction for Bryce Underwood. I do think that's accurate. Now, will he be blazing out of week 1? To be determined. I'll wait till it's live. To fully, let my guard down, I suppose. But I do believe that Bryce is taking steps in the right direction. I'm very positive on that, actually.
So why don't we make that our first? We have, folks, the fall camp stock report, and you guys can play along in the chat. Are you buying or selling whatever it is? And we're going to start, are you buying or selling the Bryce Underwood improvement?
All right, chat, let us know if you're buying or selling. I am buying.
Buying too.
I am buying. I think Bryce Underwood is going to take a step this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has a very good team around him. I will say the offensive line is very key, though. Because if the offensive line can give Bryce the time to build confidence, because that's going to be a very big thing, is it when he's confident and trusting his team, his pocket, that is when Bryce is going to be very tough to play against. Okay. Because he's going to be making this. That's the other thing too, is they said some of the reports are that he's making decisions. Like, he's not being told. He's making his own instinctual decisions on certain plays, and he's making right reads. So I think when his confidence comes, I think it's legitimate, John. I think we are definitely seeing Bryce Underwood begin to take steps. The question, though, will be how big of a step.
Yeah, I'm also buying. I think that Bryce Underwood is going to take a step. I think he has taken a step, and this isn't like. So I also think that one thing that's a little different with some of the previous quarterback smoke and this is that it sounds like it's in unison. Like whether you're the most sunshine pumper or whether you are the most cynical or whether you're somewhere in between. Jake Butt talked about it on the blueprint, talked about seeing some of the improvements himself. That's notable because Jake Butt was somebody who was critical at times of Bryce Underwood, as was Devin Gardner. So that's notable. I just think that the evidence is there. We just need to see it. Here's what we need to see. We need to see it in games that are meaningful games because he can do it against cupcakes. We know he can. He could do it against cupcakes last year with a head coach who was on OnlyFans. What we need to see is him doing it against difficult opponents. That's when things start to get a little more uneven.
Yeah, no, and we're going to find out week 2. Week 2 is going to be an announcement party, okay? The world is going to be watching week 2. All right, but let's see. Let's one game at a time, John. Let's focus on week 1, Western Michigan, the MAC favorite. But I do agree that, Bryce had flashes last year. Consistency this year is going to be the thing for him. And I think with this, and that's the other thing too, man, this offensive system, that's the other thing too, John. This offensive system that Jason Beck is building around him is built for Bryce. It's naturally fits his skill set, his ability. We just need this O-line to protect him. And if the O-line protects him, I'm going to state this right now. If the O-line protects him and it's quality O-line play, lock it in. Lock it in, John. He's going to be okay, bro. Like, the offense is going to be effective enough to where we'll be able to, I think we will be accepting, I think we will, I don't know the word I'm really looking for, but we'll be content. That's the word I'm looking for. We as Michigan fans in year 2 of Bryce will be content as long as this offensive line can protect Bryce. I do think Bryce is going to be able to be productive in this offense.
All Michigan needs. We talked about earlier in this show that there's more weapons, more really good weapons on this team than there have been since the Chad Henne era, since the final years of Lloyd Carr. So Bryce just needs to be, and I've said this before, Cade McNamara 2021 completion. That's only about 4% more than he did last year. And then you add the legs. You add his ability to get touchdowns on the ground, his ability to just be dangerous in the run game. And if he can do that, he doesn't need to be launching it down the field 50 yards. He just needs to be this. He just needs to stay competent regularly.
Yeah.
And if he does that, we both have predicted 10-2. I think that's the formula for a 10-2.
Agree.
Is competence.
Agree.
So let's go to the next one, and we'll just so on this one I'll say so Channing Goodwin has been named one of the 7 standouts from Sports Illustrated for week 3 of fall camp. He's been talked about over and over. I'm selling, and this pains me because I was one of the biggest Channing Goodwin cheerleaders, and he had a case of the drops last year. I don't see him having a ton of meaningful game time in real action. I see him as being relief. I see him as being depth. It's just, it is what it is. There's too much talent on this team for him to be in one of, definitely not a starter.
Did you say you're buying Channing Goodwin, but he's going to be a depth player? Is that your position?
No, I'm selling on all this hype And I think he's going to be like maybe in for like a fourth quarter, maybe once in a while in a game
chat,
where
let
we're
us
blowout.
Chat, let us know. Are you buying or selling? Juju's already leading. Oh, we got some, so I am also selling. I'm not buying this, bro. I think it's one of those things you are now adding names to keep a room happy. We know who the top 5 are, respectfully. And when you have 5, you don't have a lot of room for whatever's, there's not now there is if forbid an injury or we're in garbage time. Yeah, he may get some run there, but I just don't see him. Unless he's out playing. Listen, if Channing Goodwin is getting considerable reps, it's because Jamie French has failed. And if Jamie French has failed, that ain't good for us.
And I think
we'll see on that to be determined.
I think that Jamie French would need to fail, Celeste Moa would need to fail, and I'm missing one. There's like not 3 players.
They're not the same
Travis
player.
Johnson.
They're not the same player. Travis Johnson's more.
Yeah, I know. He's more.
I would say Jamie French and Channing Goodwin are of a similar play style, but French is the better enough. Is the better talent level. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And speaking of that, while we're on the topic, I did predict, I really like Travis Johnson. But make no mistake, French and Celeste Moa, they're pushing. And I think it's probably going to be a mix of all of the above. The only ones who I think are going to be out there all the time right away, JJ Buchanan has been absolutely crushing it. That's not one of my buy or sells, but it's JJ Buchanan has been really.
Let's propose a buy or sell impromptu. Buy or sell JJ Buchanan outproducing Andrew Marsh.
Buy.
You're buying it. Audience, let us know. Are you buying or selling JJ Buchanan outproducing Andrew Marsh? I have actually caught. I feel like I've seen some people say they want to say that Buchanan has looked better in camp. I feel like they want to say it the way they frame, the way they break down camp reactions. It's a tough call. It's a tough call. It's a tough call because they're both going to eat, bro. They're both. See, that's the thing about it. They're both eating. They're both producing. But who's going to produce more?
Apparently, JJ has just been lighting it up.
His catch radius is insane, and he's catching everything. That's what everybody says. He's catching everything, and his catch radius is insane. He can go up and get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll be honest. For me, this is a hard one. I am on the fence here. I'm gonna say sell, but I'm not confident in that choice. JJ might outproduce him, bro. It'll be fun to watch. That'd be a good battle. Good battle to, obviously win the game, but it'd be a good battle individually.
The question is, how is the chemistry second year of Bryce Underwood and Andrew Marsh?
Yeah. It should be even better.
If they put Marsh, it also depends on, I think, a little bit of positional. Do they put Marsh in the slot? Do they put Marsh on the outside? We still don't really know.
That don't matter because you can produce at any position.
I know. And we've talked about that.
Larry Fitzgerald was a damn reception merchant in the slot,
I know. I just think that JJ, I will be thrilled either way. They're both going to do well because now they can diffuse some of the fire away from the other. So they're both going to, like you said, they're both going to eat because you can't double cover both of them.
Yeah, you're not. Well, okay, do it, and Bryce is going to run on your ass.
Right.
I'm telling you, that's why you need a dual threat quarterback, because shade your coverage. Go ahead. We want you. That's Jason Beck wants you to overcover an area. Listen, that's the whole point of this thing. Whatever the defense does, whatever the defense thinks they're doing on the chessboard, this offense has a counter for every single scenario that a defense can present our offense. Like, now I'm not saying now it has to be executed, right? You have to make the right decision. You have to make the right read. All right. And that is going to come down to Jason Beck is not going to be in Bryce Underwood's ear during the play, right? So during the play, the right read needs to go down. But as long as the right read is taken, it'll take great effort by the defense or an amazing individual play to stop certain things from happening. It's just the reality. As long as this thing is cooking as it should.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it could go either way. But TJ is a sell, and I'm a buy on JJ.
That's a good one.
Taking
a fun one.
Andrew Marsh. And if he does, I don't think it's going to be by like a ton of yards. I think it'll be close. Even
right. Yeah, I think we're talking like they'll be within. Yeah, but I mean, listen. It's not crazy to say. Listen, it is not crazy to say JJ Buchanan could outproduce Andrew Marsh. That's not crazy to say that. As great as Andrew Marsh, as good as Andrew Marsh was last year.
He's really good.
Yeah. I think they'll both do well.
So let's go to the Rod Moore hype. We have heard that Rod Moore is fully healthy. He's got that number 1 jersey. He's got the dot. He's just kind of, again, that quarterback of the defense like he used to be, and all things looking positive there. Are you buying or selling the Rod Moore hype?
Oh, we are buying. We are buying, and we are buying others' stock. We want all the Rod Moore stock right now. Listen, he's healthy, no rep count. We saw last year how well he played, not even 100% healthy.
Yeah. He was in between.
You put him in this, and then now you put him in this defense that showcases the DBs. Not only am I buying the Rod Moore hype, I'm buying all conference. And I'm fucking going to say all American level play by Rod Moore this year. I'm buying that. All conference for sure. I'll give you that. That's a lock.
The reason why this is an easy buy for me is because we've literally seen it. Some of these, we're kind of going on a little bit of faith because maybe we've seen good film or maybe we've seen good practice tape. This one we've seen with our own 2 eyes in some of the biggest stages.
And the best thing, they're not on neither Rod Moore or John Henry Daly is on a rep count, which means their body has responded accordingly. So the training wheels are off, John. These boys are free to play at 100% right now, which was just wonderful before the season.
Yeah. So we're buying that one, and so it looks like most of the chat either buying or I think I might have seen one. Oh, there's a sell. Yomob is a sell, and Keegan is indifferent. So we do have a couple.
That's okay.
That's okay. That's fine. Look, everybody's opinion matters, and again, we haven't really seen him have a full season since 2023, and that amazing Ohio State pick. That was a beautiful thing. So the passing game will be massively improved game 1. So we've heard receivers say that they're going to be flying all over the field. We've heard it's just going to be a whole different passing game, much better, much more improved. And I'm going to have to say for game 1, I'm going to sell. And here's why. If you've heard some of the press conferences and some of what's been out there, you read between the lines, they're planning to run a lot. They're planning to pound the rock in creative ways and use Bryce more in play action and more in an RPO format, which means the passing game isn't going to be super high octane at first. Do I hope that they take a few what we like to call waste downs? So maybe you take a first down and you run 4 verts, or you run some type of like deep post or some type of deep action, some scissor routes, some things like that. Yeah, that's what you have first down for. First down's your waist down. Sometimes it's second down, but usually first, where you just launch the freaking ball. Sure. I think we are going to see some of those waist downs, But overall, for game 1 and game 2 and just the early games, I think that they're going to rely on their biggest strength, which is you have two of the most talented running backs in college football. And Kudstall's not a slouch either. He's not up there with the other two, but he's still a capable running back who could start on some teams. All three of them are going to get time, and Bryce is going to get runs. So I think it's going to be heavy run and heavy defense and heavy physical with some passing sprinkled in. That's why I'm saying I'm going to sell on this one.
Yeah, I'm also selling week 1. There's no reason to show shit. Just win. Just play good, sound football. Get the boys some reps. Get them warmed up for the season. We're selling. On the season, though, I'm buying. I'm buying. I know it wasn't the question, but we're buying. I am.
Sure. That's fair.
I'm buying. So selling on week 1, I'm buying on the season, though.
Yeah, and same. So as the season goes on, they're going to get more reps, which means more chemistry, more rhythm. The O-line will continue. The O-line's a big piece of this too, TJ, because the O-line, it sounds like they're kind of solidifying at least 4 out of the 5 spots. And there's still that Afobe Norton battle, but I'm hearing more Afobe than Norton these days, but is that one could still, I guess, go either way. But by like mid-season, those 5 are going to be gelled as a unit. And then you start to look at, okay, can they contain the pass rush? Can they contain the rush to the quarterback so that Bryce has enough time in the pocket to launch? If he can do that, then yeah, you should buy on the second half of the season.
Yeah. I'm buying after week 2.
Yeah, I think I think once you get past the first few weeks.
And listen, they're going to open it up against Oklahoma, but how effective is this passing game going to be against that defense? We'll see.
Yeah. Jair Hill, Smith Snowden, and Zeke Berry have all been some of the biggest problems for the offense to have to deal with. I have no issue buying this one. So you have veteran players in Jair Hill and Zeke Berry. They've been on the team now for years. They understand the what it's like to play at Michigan. They understand how to play in big time football. And then you add a dynamic corner or nickel in Smith Snowden. This is a player, watch his film, watch his tape from last year. He has the speed, he gets after it, and he gets interceptions.
Yeah, I am buying this DB room. I think, I don't know. Let's see. Are we buying or selling this defense being top 15? You don't, but I'm buying, John. I think this will be a top 15 defense. And
I'll buy that.
They're going to be, I think they're going to be a large part of it. I think after that, I know we have one of the more experienced corner rooms in the nation, which is going to be a great thing. And then when you add in the disguises and coverages that Jay Hill is going to be implementing on these quarterbacks in college, and let's remember this too. The Big Ten, although there's similarities to the 23 title team that Jay Hill talks about, and I listen, we know Matt Patricia has this thing, but there's not a lot of complex defenses in the Big Ten. Like there's not to the level of what I would argue Jay Hill does. And yes, I know there's a Buckeye watch, and yes, Patricia has complexity to his scheme as well. We're very aware, but at the same time, like it's going to be a major effective point for Michigan in the DBs because of the coverages and disguises that he runs. So yeah, they're going to crush it. I don't think there's a doubt. No one's doubting. Like, all right, what's crazy right now? And I think this, I'm not going to lie to you. I think this is a little, Jair Hill is considered like the 3rd best corner in the nation by national analysts. And me and Juju have had some honest conversations about that. Like, at what point last year did you tell yourself that's the 3rd best corner? Now, of course, through attrition, right? Seniors have moved on, older players have gone to the draft, so the next crop comes. So that's very obviously legitimate. But damn, if that, let's say that's half accurate. Let's say he's a top 10 corner in the nation. Sure. Then you add Smith Snowden, who's a dog, and then Zeke Berry's solid as hell. I mean, yeah, we're buying all the stock.
Yeah, same. I think, like I said, I think this is those three and Rod Moore are probably going to be the biggest interception problems for teams. And I think you'll have some others in there too. But if I had to think of four that are going to create the most problems, the most turnovers, it's those four. It's Jair, Smith Snowden, Zeke Berry, and Rod Moore for me. That are going to be the difference makers and are going to potentially turn games around if need be. Like, remember, this is a gauntlet of a schedule.
Yep.
So sometimes the offense ain't going to be clicking and you need the defense to click. Sometimes it's going to be the other way around. Like, these are tough opponents. We're not playing Mickey Mouse U here for 12 games. We're going to Eugene, Oregon. We've got to play Oklahoma. We've got to play Indiana. Got to go to Columbus and play Ohio State. And there's some other games that you could lose if you're sleeping. So, yeah, you need players like that to be able to make things happen sometimes if the other side of the ball maybe stagnates a little bit.
Yeah, so to frame it is we have corners who can be game-changing X factors because of the point being turnovers. You know, you win the turnover battle, you often win the game. We have that group. So let's see how that goes.
We got Jordan here, go blue Jordan. And we got Ripstar, Senior Queso. That's right. He calls me Mr. Cheese.
Oh,
on the Dennis Fithian show. Because
is Fithian doing post game now, right?
He's still doing his 2:00.
Oh, he does his daily. Oh, I didn't even know. Okay.
I don't think it's every day, but he's still been doing it.
Is it the same channel?
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, if you're subscribed, it's still anyway. But Rip, you know, he and I patched things up over there on the Dennis show, and now he's welcome back here, and has been for the most part behaving himself, and we appreciate that. So
Rip's a character, man. We like Rip.
Happy Taco Tuesday. Yeah, and look, sometimes beefs get quashed. Sometimes you get over it and you move on. I mean, there's some people who still aren't, and I won't name their name, but there's one in particular I'm thinking about that's still on the blacklist. But that's very rare. You have to really, really, really mess up to be on. Like, we accept pretty much everybody, as long as you're respectful and you're good to each other. That's really the main rule.
Yeah, you're allowed to shit talk. Just be respectful. You know, don't be a troll. Sure. Don't don't spam.
Right, exactly. So we got one more, and that's another of the 7 Michigan football standouts for Sports Illustrated is edge Nate Marshall. So Nate Marshall, and look, Kyle Whittingham's speaking really highly of him, but as I said in my tweet, you might hear some players mentioned by coaches. And they may be mentioned by coaches not necessarily because they're tearing it up, but because they might be thinking about leaving the program. Now, I'm not saying Nate Marshall is in that category, but he has in the past wavered. So just remember that there are some games being played here. It costs Kyle Whittingham nothing to say nice things about a player. It costs him nothing. And it gains everything, because maybe then that helps with the family and the trust and all of these things. So just remember that not every time a name is mentioned, it's because they're crushing it, but maybe because you need to keep them and their families and their.
Yeah, you're playing politics, John.
There's a little playing politics. And I'm going to put that a little bit in that category right now, and I'm selling on the Nate Marshall hype. What do you say?
I'm buying the Nate Marshall hype.
Ooh, okay.
I think this season we begin to see Nate Marshall flash. I'm not saying Nate Marshall's going to come in and be a 10-sack guy. I'm saying in this defense, Nate Marshall gets to the quarterback, though. I think we see some flashes. If anyone remembers when Josh Uche and Kwity Paye. When Kwity Paye and Josh Uche started like getting on the scene, like they started, right? Because we still had Rashawn Gary, we still had Chase Winovich, and then you started getting this flash from these younger players. I think it's gonna be like that. That is what I'm buying. I think Nate Marshall begins to show us why Nate Marshall's Nate Marshall. I think that's what I'm buying, John. And I have some more buy and sells, John. We can do some rapid fires real quick.
Yeah, let's
go. I got a fun one. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Audience, let us know what you think here. Are you buying or selling Savion Hyder outproduces Jordan Marshall this year? Running only. Let us know, chat.
So I'm going to stay with my position that Jordan Marshall is going to outperform. I've been saying that.
Outrush Savion Hyder. You're buying. All right, so you're selling that Savion Hyder.
So I'll sell that save. Yeah, I'm going to sell that Savion Hyder in his true freshman year outperforms Jordan Marshall. I think we all sleep on Jordan Marshall sometimes. I really do. Like, we need to remember some of what he's accomplished since the ReliaQuest Bowl when he carried that run game and was a major part of beating Alabama for the second time in a year. That still sounds so good. He's done a lot for this team. I think he's going to be that standard bearer, and he's going to outrush Savion by, I don't think it's going to be by a tremendous margin, but I think by at least 50 to 100.
Just 50 to 100? Okay.
It could be that close.
All right. So me and Michigander have a little different bet. I saw him in the comments. Our bet, Michigander, is Savion Hyder outproduces Jordan Marshall in total yards, which includes receiving. But you know what? F it. I'm buying Savion Hyder will outproduce Jordan Marshall. Now,
I figured you would.
I saw an individual in the chat. I saw an individual chat goes, man, the Jordan Marshall haters. I don't hate Jordan Marshall. I like Jordan Marshall. I think Jordan Marshall's an amazing leader, and I think he's going to play on Sundays. I'm not entirely sure he'll be an RB1 on Sundays. I could be wrong there. Let's see how he does this year, because this is his year to really shine. But Jordan Marshall is a damn good running back. The problem is, and I've said this before, he had a Justice Haynes issue last year, and now he's got a Savion Hyder issue this year. And that's not necessarily an issue. Obviously, they'll complement each other. They're playing off each other. And we already know Jordan Marshall wants the best for his teammates, so it's not even like that. But framing it from a fan perspective, right? I think Savion Hyder is about to fucking cook, bro. And freshman running backs, they can hit the ground running, pun intended, quicker than other positions. So I am buying. We'll see. We'll see who's right. We should actually, John, after the end of the season, we need to get to this clip and see our
100%. We're going to revisit this for sure.
Oh, let's do it.
Somebody, if we forget,
with
somebody
your chest, John.
Listen, I'm giving no disrespect to Savion. Savion's good.
No.
I literally said
Andrew Buchanan and Andrew Marsh, bro. They're both good.
It's going to be it might even be by 50 or 100 yards difference. Like, that's not disrespect. He's a true freshman. He's also reportedly banged up a little. Now, I don't think he has like some crazy injury, but according to Chris Ballas, he has some type of undisclosed thing going on. And those things matter when you're talking about the margins being like this. They're both going to produce a lot. We kind of had the same discussion with Marsh and Buchanan. They're both going to produce a lot. I think Jordan Marshall's experience this year is just going to help him out a little bit more. Savion is the future. He's going to be lighting it up here for years. This year, I think, is Jordan Marshall's year to really show out.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely Jordan Marshall's year. This is definitely his, but we'll see. To be determined. I got another buy and sell, John. We ready?
Let's go.
Buy or sell, chat, let us know. Bryce Underwood throws more than 20 touchdown passes. So not total touchdown passes, but throws more than 20 touchdown passes this season. Buy or sell.
Rose.
Yep. And to give reference here, let's give some reference here. So Bryce Underwood last season had, what was it, 11 touchdown passes?
11.
Yep. 11. So he only needs 9 more, John. That is it. 9. So I will say buy or sell 20 or more. 20 or more. Can you do 9 more in this offense, John?
Well, I'm going to say sell barely because I think it's going to be like 19. Okay. And let me explain my position.
Because his jersey's 19.
No. But okay. Well, let me talk about my position here.
Go.
He's going to run it in for touchdowns. Like, this is a key signature of Jason Beck's offense is rushing touchdowns with the quarterback. That's going to be happening. And because of that, there isn't going to, like, that will take some opportunities away from the pass game. So I'm going to have Bryce at 18 or 19 passing touchdowns plus another maybe 6, 7.
Maybe more. I think
at least
9, 10 maybe. Yeah, a
rushing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I am going to buy.
Okay,
I think he's gonna get 21, 22 touchdowns.
Okay,
I think this offense is gonna have games where they open it up and really get the offense just going. Just, you know, they're unleashing it offensively. I think there will be games, Michigan State specifically.
Courtney like that 6, 7.
And so I'm gonna buy this one. We're gonna see though. We're gonna find out together. All right. I actually have a ton of more buy or sells, but we can go all night. This is my last one, John.
Okay.
Maybe. Let us know, chat. Are you buying or selling Michigan gets 10 wins in the regular season?
Buy. That's my prediction.
Some people might not buy that, John. Some people might. Let's find out what the chat says. I'm also buying 10-2 this year. I am on the 10-2 train. Ripstar's a sell. Our boy Rashad's a buy. Dion's a buy. We got A2OV is a buy. Chris is a buy. Buy, sell. 16-0 Ripstar. We're winning a natty, boys. No. Buy J Scott. Buying, sell, buying, sell. Nick said sell. Beats and treats. Come on, brothers. 9-3, he's got us.
So if you say sell, put your prediction in. If you say sell,
if you're selling,
put your prediction. How many wins will Michigan have? Again, I've said 10. I mean, I'm going to stick to the prediction that I've given consistently. 10-2 has been my prediction the entire time we've been doing predictions. I've never gone under 10-2 for the Kyle Whittingham coached Wolverines.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's going to be 2 games we drop. Oregon at Eugene's going to be hella hard. No pause. And then probably Ohio or an Indiana or an OU. So one of those 3. And then you're at 10-2.
Yeah, listen, you just got to win 2 of the big 4. And that is how you achieve the 10-2. You know, the 9-3 is interesting because it is potentially possible this year in college football playoffs with some of the schedules some of these teams have, unless you're Notre Dame and you get cupcake ass schedules because you're a cupcake ass school. 9-3 is potential, especially if you have good losses, right? If we have good, as crazy as that sounds, but in the committee's eyes, and let's also not forget, this is Michigan, John, and the college football playoff is all about making money. And Michigan makes money. So, I mean, it's on the table, but I'm at 10-2. I'm buying. Let's get it.
Here's my issue with 9-3 getting into the playoff.
Ooh.
If they were going to put a 9-3 team in, it would have been Texas last year. Why? Because they don't call it the SEC ESPN for nothing. Okay, they put Alabama in over undefeated Florida State in 2023. If they were going to put in a 9-3, I think it would probably be an SEC team because of the ESPN's financial investment in the SEC. And so because they didn't do that, I don't think they're doing it for Michigan. I don't.
Blasphemy. It should always be Michigan. Duh. All right, breaking news. It does appear from my awareness, the first lawsuit, former Miami wide receiver Cam Vaughn has filed a lawsuit against the University and NCAA, allowing him to enter the NCAA transfer portal. Here we go, John. We're keeping it moving, though. We're not going to waste our time on that. I just want to bring it to people's attention. It's about to get messy.
Oh, yeah. Always. Oh, dang. So a lot of contributions. Do we have any more buy and sell? Because otherwise I'm going to tackle these super chats.
Buy or sell. John Henry Daly gets 8 sacks or more this year. Let us know, Chad.
Ooh.
John Henry Daly last year. I could do this all day, bro. I swear to God.
I know.
This shit's so fun. Okay, so John Henry Daly last season, for those who don't know, boys and girls, 11.5 sacks is considered the best returning defensive end by PFF last season, John. Now, obviously, he's coming back off a pretty interesting ass injury. But what's interesting about this interesting ass injury, which was an Achilles, which is wild, I have a feeling, man, we won't go there. I have a feeling I think I know what was used in this recovery process. But anyways, this is not common to be back like this, and especially not on a rep count and 100%. Like, dude, he injured it in November. He was back by June, and he's off a rep count by August. Usually this is a 12-month plus recovery, but it's not. So let's see what the audience is saying. So we have
Beat says buy.
7. Okay.
We got Michigander says 11. Yeah, I mean, it looks like more people are saying buy, but there are
8 or more. 8 or more.
So sell. Captain says 7. So there's some sell.
Oh, I know Captain. Thinks he's gonna get 3.
I'm gonna say buy because you said 8.
8 or more.
He needs 8 or more. Oh yeah, definitely
8 or
buy
more.
then.
I think I said more than 8, but 8 or more. 8 or more.
Okay, I buy either way because I think he's gonna do something like 11, 12, 13. Remember, I think he's significantly better than whoever else they put at edge on the other side. So he's going to feast significantly more. I think it could be like an Aiden Hutchinson situation in his last year where he's just feasting on his.
I can't go there.
I'm just saying a situation like that where he is dominating. And so I'm thinking I'm definitely saying buy to 8 or more for sure.
Yeah, I'm buying. I think he gets 8 or 9.
Okay.
In this year. Next year, though, double digits. As long as the recovery is proper. So we're going to find out as the season goes on. There's no like re-injuries or anything like that.
Well, he's probably.
Because I'm going to be honest with you.
He's probably going to go to the NFL.
Skeptical.
Is the issue? Is the thing.
Wait, say again, John. I'm sorry.
If he gets even what you're saying, he's probably going to the NFL.
No.
No.
You think? No, I don't think so. Not with. Although I did see first round projection, I guess to be determined, John. So I'll say this. There's a limitation to John Henry Daly that is going to affect him in the combine. And it's his hands and arms. He does not have long arms and his hands are not very big. And that does fucking matter. So I could see him coming back one more year to have a dominant ass year. Plus NIL's healthy as hell, right? So we'll see. Now, I do think it's how funny is it? He went from BYU to Utah to Michigan. He followed the Kyle Whittingham path, John.
There it is. Hey, nothing wrong with that. He's here. That's what matters. And we need him. We need his pass rush ability, his ability to get after the quarterback. We need it. Because the last few years, especially 2025, we really didn't have that answer.
All right, final buy or sell. Buy or sell Sharon Moore coaches in college football again.
Ever? Head coach? Position coach?
No. Position.
Buy.
Yeah, college football is a scummy place.
It's a very
Get him
scummy
back
place.
In football, John. He deserves a third chance.
Yeah, because you didn't say head coach. You said any coach whatsoever. Yeah. So he could be an assistant line coach at Oklahoma.
No, hey, listen. If I was I was a college and I'd probably hire Sharon as my O-line coach. I'd be like, look, brother.
He was a good line coach. He was better than Ed Warner.
2 back-to-back Joe Moore awards, bro. All we care about is winning. We'll say, I could see it. So we're gonna buy that stock.
It
could be a year or two.
What if he goes to LSU and hangs out with Lane Kiffin?
Bro, he needs to go to LSU. He needs to go to LSU with Ed Ogeron and the boys.
For the memes. For the
boys.
And that's right. A Coach O's there now back again.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
He's got to go there.
And we need a reality TV. We need all access LSU Tigers. We need it. Bro, I need this now. Sharon Moore needs to go to LSU, and we need all access LSU Tigers, bro. Let's go.
That's gonna be interesting. That'll be
Urban Meyer as an advisor. Urban Meyer
horny coach you. No longer LSU, horny coach you. That's what it's gonna be. And I know this is out of order, but I have to. Sharonly fans with the 5 as the ruling authority over Sharon, sell his bum ass. So that's from Sharonly fans there. All right. Why don't we tackle some super chat? We got a nice batch of super chats here from our
Let's go. Thank you, boys.
Awesome,
we appreciate
awesome community. Let's start with Austin Springer, who's just become a YouTube member. Let's see if I can find what membership. So he is. Oh, Austin has joined the Connor Stallions espionage team. That's it.
Thank you, my friend. We appreciate it. We do appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, with great power comes great responsibility. You must protect the Michigan Manifesto with your butter knives and your hands, bro. All cost, bro. All cost.
Yeah. That's just part of the ask, part of the
experience.
Rules.
You have to. It's required.
Facts. Thank you, Austin, for that. We also will have probably once a month, we're going to do a suggestion box for Connor Stallions members where you can help steer the show. So we'll do a call.
You mean like call the plays? You mean like
a little bit like that? Yeah. Remember that the Akron OC news?
You can call the plays.
You can help script the first drive.
Yeah.
With Joe Moorhead. So, just like that. So you can put in a suggestion for a topic, a segment, just an emoji, whatever. Connor Stallions, that's the level where you can do that. So, if you want to give feedback on the show, because people love giving feedback on the show, but if you want feedback that might actually get where things might actually change, Connor Stallions espionage team is what you want to do. So Austin's there. And we appreciate Austin. We also appreciate Wolverine Warrior and 15 months of membership. He wasn't coached I'm assuming this is Bryce. He wasn't coached what to do last year. They were so hands-off with him. Plus, the team lacked discipline.
No positional coach and did not complete drills to execution. They just moved on. You know, actually interesting little tidbit I was given recently. A player tried something that occurred during the Sharon Moore, Justin Truss era in terms of like being late to a workout.
Okay.
And that got squashed very quickly this summer. And that set the tone from my understanding.
Okay. Interesting. Well, yeah. I think a lot of the bad habits that some of the players had. I mean, we've heard about it from even Kyle Whittingham was talking about it. Like, a couple minutes late or, just trying to get it. Because let's face it, Sharon Moore and Justin Truss did not enforce any. I mean, the players, everybody's talked about it. He coached like a friend and not like a coach.
The players did not. Okay. I don't know about all. I don't have that answer, but I do know there were players who did not respect Justin Truss. I have been made aware of that information.
Yep. That is definitely what it sounds like to me. Yomob with the 5. I think the design runs will build his confidence and ultimately help his.
Oh my God.
pass.
He'll get in the zone. You're right. That's actually a great point. You get a player in the fucking zone, bro. Like if he's feeling it, he breaks off a good run and he's just feeling that shit, bro. Like that is a great way to get on a heater. Like if we can get Bryce to connect on a few short throws, just feeling it. And I feel I'm gonna tell you this right now. Yeah, I think we're gonna see that early week 1 where they're just gonna try and get Bryce to just start connecting. Just some quick, simple passes, quick routes, maybe some quick runs just to get him in that, because we need the offense to start moving down the field, get that rhythm going. And I think that's going to build a lot of momentum into the season. And once he gets that confidence, because let's be honest, how many drives stalled because of dropped passes? How many drives stalled because of other players, not Bryce? A lot last year, which affected Bryce's development because now it's less reps, less confidence. And then now you're starting to play outside of yourself. You're trying to do things outside of yourself, which is a detriment to the team. So I agree. I think the design runs are going to really, I think it's just going to really showcase what his abilities are.
So if people want to really geek out about this stuff, look up the quarterback power and quarterback wrap concepts, both to the left, to the right, some of the different ways that you can do it. You're going to see that this year. Remember, even last year, with Sharon Moore and Chip Lindsey butting heads all the time, there was a quarterback power run with Bryce that even Urban Meyer pointed out was a really well executed play. There's going to be a lot more of that this year for sure. So yeah, definitely buying that. Captain 21 months of membership for Captain. Has anyone heard any mentions of Browder? I was high on him when he committed. So Browder, where did he wind up?
I actually got Okay, I was also high on Browder. Now, there's a very interesting thing occurring with Browder. I actually was just given some information over the weekend about Browder. Inconsistent catching, which is wild. His biggest strength was his hands. He was one of the best catchers coming out of high school. Hands catcher. He had some of the best hands. He made circus catches. He was very strong. And we saw it in the spring game. He dropped some passes, right? Well, I was told in fall camp there's been I don't want to say consistent, but there's been some inconsistency with his hands.
Yeah.
So he's got to
been a lot of.
Yeah, and I'll be real with you. With Travis Johnson, JJ Buchanan, that's Jamar Browder's role, right? Jamar Browder's not going to play as Z. He's going to play only X. So if Jamar Browder cannot become a consistent pass catcher, he's going to have a hard time seeing the field. He will be in that Channing Goodwin group that later in games having a lead.
He's depth. Yeah. I was high on him when he committed too, but he's depth. It just is what it is. He's been overtaken. But nothing's set in stone. This is a meritocracy. He can get it back. I just don't think it's going to be this year. Let's go with Ryan. What is the best way to describe the defense aside from 4-2-5 and 4-3 concepts? I'm going to say physical. I'm going to say physical.
My word's chaos. It's a chaos defense. I call it a chaos defense. I feel like I coined it. I could be wrong, but
I like it.
Creates a lot of turnovers, and it is now. What's crazy is Jay Hill did tell the public when he spoke that it's going to be a more 4-3 base. I'm actually not buying that. He runs a 4, unless he's changing a little bit because it's the Big Ten. He's kind of been a 4-2-5, and not kind of. He is a 4. He's a main base 4-2-5 guy. It is a physical defense, but it causes a lot of havoc on the back end. So it's a chaos defense. And Michigan Metal, when he came on the call-in show, and he actually had clips of BYU's defense, and he was showing us how Jay Hill likes to lock offensive players in prisms, right? Like throwing them in triangles and diamonds and just kind of bracketing these wide receivers. And what's interesting is the way the linebackers assist in this coverage and these disguises. So the best way I would describe this defense is an advanced, disguised 4-2 chaotic defense would be the best way I could describe that.
I think you're going to see a little more 4-3 than you're saying. I think it's going to, especially given what we're hearing about multiple linebackers emerging.
Yeah, Bowles,
Nathaniel,
and Chase Taylor.
Yeah, and Chase Taylor and Bowles. Yep. They're going to want to use all three of them. I think you're going to see more 4-3 than you're predicting. 4-2-5 is a big part of his defense too. He does run a lot of 4-2-5, but his base is has been a 4-3. So I think that you're going to see a mix of both. I would call it a 4-3 multiple. There's going to be plenty of 4-2-5. There's also going to be 3-4. There's going to be a lot of mixing it up, because what was a hallmark, and even he said it's kind of similar to what Jesse Minter did in 22 and 23. And I would call his defense a multiple because of just the amount of different things that you can do depending on the situation. Both the offense and defense philosophies are situational to respond to what the alignment is on the other side and react accordingly. This isn't like we're just putting in a play no matter what, inside zone, run through an MFer's face like Sharon Moore. This actually is a little bit higher IQ. We're actually responding. We're actually like adjusting, not just at halftime, but on the fly.
Yeah, I'm trying to find right now if we can find out how many snaps last year at BYU he ran 4-3 versus 4-2-5. If I can come across it.
It might be more 4-2-5 here than
because you're in the Big 12, right? And that's where you could find. Okay, I do have the numbers. So he ran 60 to 70% 4-2-5 nickel and 20 to 30% 4-3.
Yep.
So we'll see. Now, listen, is that more a Big 12 scheme? Is that maybe what Jay Hill's logic is? And then the Big 10, you might have to go more 4-3. I mean, I guess that is something to watch. Like, how much 4-3 will he run in the Big 10 versus the Big 12? To be determined on that. I mean, I'm less. Actually a 4.
I would say less than in the
I'm
Big
actually
12.
A 4-3 guy. Like, I actually am a firm believer in. I've always liked 4-3, but I understand why people go 3-4, and I do understand now with the passing attacks 4-2-5. Like, they all have their pros and cons, though.
Yeah, you know what? If they stop the offense, I don't care. Like, just like with Jesse Minter, and he ran whatever he needed to stop the offense on the other side. You're even starting to see it now in Ravens preseason. You're starting to see him do the same thing. So yeah, I think 4-2-5 is going to be heavy. You will still see some 4-3. And you're going to see some other stuff too. So I'm going to say multiple, and I'm going to say physical. And TJ said chaos. I love that too. All right,
champion, John. It is a championship defense.
There you go.
That's how you describe the defense. Let's go, boys.
Love it. Wolverine with the two Marsh's Amon-Ra like. Let's just see some similarities there.
Well, in terms of body type, yes. But Amon-Ra has like this, he's so fundamentally sound running routes that if Marsh can get to that point where the route running is just elite, I could see that discussion. But I will say, like, Amon-Ra is so damn unique, man. Like, he's strong as hell for his size. Like, it's obviously because he comes from his dad. I mean, and his dad's trained him his whole life. For those who don't know, Mr. Universe. Yeah, I don't know. This year, let's see. Let's see this year how Marsh develops into as a sophomore.
So another buy or sell. We got Michigander here with the two. Mason Bonner hype at camp is real. Tight end too. And I'm actually, now look, I don't know how much of that hype to believe, but I will say it's not impossible given how inconsistent Hogan Hansen's been. Because I thought Hogan Hansen was going to take this starter job, and he just has been nowhere.
Hogan Hansen thing's always been funny.
Yeah, so I see that as a very big possibility that Mason Bonner overtakes him at some point.
Tight end position's up for grabs right now.
Yeah.
There's
Zach Marshall. I think Zach Marshall for passing, and I think name is escaping me, but the blocker, the main blocker, Jalen Hoffman. So I think those two you're going to see out there. Everyone else up for grabs.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the tight end position now, Eli Owens has gotten some hype, but like, dude, he's 6'1", you know what I mean? Like, there have been some 6'1" tight ends in college who've done well. The individual from Washington escapes me, but he played really well. We'll see. The tight end position is very funky right now. It'll sort itself out though. Mason Bonner's a name to watch.
Yeah, I could see it, Michigander. We got Sharonley fans back in the red zone. We're running the damn rock. TJ. Sure.
I listen. We're going to keep defenses guessing. They're going to think we're running, and we're going to fucking just a quick hitter on a slant. We're going to fake the handoff, and Bryce is going to go take it all the way. I mean, like, it's going to be, it's going to be fun. I mean, I'm sure, listen, we're making it sound all amazing. I'm sure there'll be points of frustration, and the team's going to maybe misplay a snap here or there, right? But, I mean,
anything can happen. The ball's shaped funny.
Here's what we know. Michigan will play physical. So I do expect some hard-nosed football in the red zone.
Yeah, I do. I do think that if they have trouble going inside zone duo, etc., maybe a QB run, and they're still I could see some type of play action or some type of slant or some type of stick concept where you have maybe one person running a slant route, you have some others kind of running some different routes. And if that's the case, like, you will see some passing in the red zone. But if possible, if the O-line is gelling, which I think it will with Jim Harding, yeah, we're going to be running the rock a lot. And you don't know where it's going to come from, because you might have two running backs in the backfield. You might not know if it's going to be Hyder, Jordan Marshall, Kudsdahl, Bryce himself. Hey, maybe a wide receiver gets in the mix because they run a lot of jet. And the jet passes, who takes the jet passes? Wide receivers. So you might see a jet too with a wide receiver.
Yeah.
All the above.
Agree. Celestimoa.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 100%.
Or Travis Johnson. They say, what do they say? They say, fuck, who's the receiver? It's Travis Johnson. There's a player that's like up there with the fastest players that's like kind of surprising. I don't know. Go on. I can't think of it right now.
Yeah. Sorry, Rip. He runs jet. Now, not all the time, but he does run jet motion. Kind of.
Well, you got some PTSD from Samaj?
Yeah, I mean, Jason Beck knows how to orchestrate it, though. It's a little different. It's a little different from the Sharon Moore and Chip Lindsey butting heads era, where you didn't know who was going to call which play. There's going to be jet. It is what it is, Rip. And I actually think if it's executed well, it's a nice change of pace from the other concepts. So
your wide receivers have to block. Your wide receivers have to block. It takes the blocking's got to be good. That's what has to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. Got to block. If you don't block, then it's probably going to go for negative yardage.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful there. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Nick is saying that you can't go 10-2 if Bryce doesn't get 20 or more. I respectfully.
I disagree.
Love the $1.99 sniper shots from Nick. Always have. I disagree. If Bryce gets what I'm saying, which is 19 passing touchdowns and then like 6, 7, 8 plus run touchdowns, 10-2 is definitely possible.
Hold on. How many did Cade McNamara have in 01?
I know he had 64% completion.
East Tennessee State Cade, bro. Dude, he had 15. All right, that's a lie. And that was a 14 playoff. He had fucking 15. He had 15.
He had 15 touchdowns, 6 picks.
At Iowa, he had a total of 10. At Iowa, he had 10 total touchdowns and 8 interceptions. What a shame, bro. Honestly, I actually I know the Cade stuff got messy, but it kind of sucks to see how it really went, though. He just wanted to be a Michigan quarterback, bro. That's all. Well, we can't be mad at that.
You know?
He beat Ohio State, didn't he?
Hey, and wouldn't you like to have had him back in 24? I would have. I wish he hadn't firebombed everything on the way out with all of his comments, but I feel like if it wasn't for that, had he just stayed
crazy
patient,
he would have been eligible.
He would have been eligible. Yeah, I mean, he did 2 more years.
You know what? I would have.
Yeah,
I would have took him in 24.
Would have taken Cade back in 24, 100%.
Damn, think about that. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, and I think he would have done better than he did. I'm trying to remember if he was at Iowa or if he was at East Tennessee that year.
Iowa
it was still
in 24.
Iowa.
He went to East Tennessee in 25. He had 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, man.
Yeah. I think he would have done well compared to the others.
6 years in college.
Yeah.
Living the dream, bro. Wanted to be a doctor. No big deal.
Michigander says Jay Hill said his defense is almost identical to 23. I know he said that, and I think it's true.
Said it. And he's added things from that defense to his. So very interested to see how that plays out. And good for Rod Moore because he's familiar with the 23 defense if you didn't know.
Yeah, he is.
Fun fact, John. Fun fact.
Yeah, he might have done some damage in the 23
He may have
defense.
played in that season.
Yeah. So TJ, you've been having some Twitter conversations on this topic. I can share that there is now. So it has been installed along with the new turf. It wasn't just new turf. It was also, yes, folks, 3 sponsors: Coca-Cola, Google Gemini, and a little known company named Meyer. In other words, 2 of them are Fortune 50, and Meyer is a major company especially in the state of Michigan.
Midwest.
So,
Midwest.
I think this is exactly what my vision was for this, where you have a color scheme you have to stick to. You can't just put your regular logo. You've got to conform to the Michigan blue. And it looks like they've got white. I thought they might go maize, but it looks like they went white, which is fine. But this is what I was expecting from sponsorship execution. What do you think?
Well, as many of you know, I am not a proponent of more specifically jersey sponsorships, which we'll get to that. But I'm trying to find the video where they do the panoramic view. So look, here's the deal. I know many of us don't agree on this position, and that's okay because we don't have to agree on our position. But here's the reality. This is the beginning. It's not the end. This is the start. This isn't the finish. Understand that. Here's the video I wanted to show. Oh no, this isn't the video. Son of a bitch. Okay. It's the start. It's not the finish. Just understand that. And when they do bring the sponsorships to the jersey, which is coming, okay, that's happening. They said they're going to explore. They ain't exploring shit. It's done. Unless there's things I'm unaware of with the contract, but it's, from my understanding, it's going down. And no, we're not going to share who it is just yet because one, it's not. This is secondhand information that was given to me. This is not anything I've received from anybody. But I'm trying to find this video. So my bad. Oh, here it is. Fuck, we got it. Good old Bryce Marriage. Shout out to him. So this video here, I think, is the best example of what is going on at the big house. So as you could see, not that, and I will say though, does it not bother anybody the brick is covered up? Like, we are losing character, boys. We are losing character, which made the stadium beautiful. But who cares, John? Because we need money. Yes, sluts. Now we just get to OnlyFans while we're at it. Get the girls working, right. John.
Yeah. I think we've had enough OnlyFans for a couple of years.
Well, I know a good manager. His name's Sharon. Anyways, keep it moving on topic. So you have this new sponsorship, and yeah, it's small now and it's fairly tasteful, I suppose.
Yeah.
But just wait until that fucking Gatorade logo's on that field, boys. And then they got the damn TV fun games they play and if anyone watched the NHL, it's a fucking shit show. It's gonna get messy, it's gonna get annoying, and most of you are gonna become very normalized to this. This is the beginning. It's called normalization creep. It's coming. This is how you do it. It's marketing tactics, propaganda tactics. And I know I'm taking a very extreme position here, but the reason why I am taking an extreme position, because I know where the fuck this goes. We're going to lose, John. We're going to lose the sacredness, the purity, and what made college different than the pros. And I know they just made a major announcement today where they're going to block pros from coming to college, but as we know, that's being challenged in court now. So my thing is, and I just want to present this, and I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I mean, I may make a comment here and there like we do about butter knives, but end of the day, this is just the start, boys, and the slippery slope we are now on. Lame. And you know what? Hold on. I will say this though. I would much rather, and by the way, soon it's gonna be like Fifth Third Bank Big House. Naming rights to the stadium are fucking coming. Okay? Coming. All over your just chill out. All right, but it is what it is though. Look, I understand we lost the war here, and there's not enough people to give a shit to change it. So it is what it is. College athletics is now slowly creeping into semi-pro. And I'm going to tell you one other thing. Just remember, TJ told you this. You don't got to believe me either. You can disagree, and that's cool. It's okay to disagree. I want to stress that. We need to have more of that. It's okay to not agree. Next, there's a few things coming. One, there's going to be way more sponsorships plastered all over this fucking stadium. The name of the stadium is going to be sold out. They are definitely going to put a logo on the jersey. Initially, it will be fairly tasteful. If what is being rumored is accurate, it will be fairly tasteful. It's whack as crack, bro. Crack's never tasteful. So let's just get that out of the. But as far as crack goes, high purity shit. Not that I know anything about that because I really don't. But the point being is there will be more than one jersey sponsorship, John, because right now what is happening amongst sports everywhere, baseball, basketball, NFL practice jerseys, is it's one. That's the start. Your kids are going to know better. Your children are going to know. They're going to know 2, 3. It's coming, bro. You're not even going to recognize your uniform. And then shout out to Johnny Olden, who is my boy, and I love Johnny Olden. We disagree on things, which makes it good. I don't want to agree with everybody I know. I don't ever want to agree with everybody I know. Johnny Olden's like, oh, dog, we need new swag. We need new unis. Brother, and not even just Johnny. Shout out to Johnny again. He knows I love him. Brother, when you keep changing shit, when you you do not have consistency in what is, you lose what is. You lose it, bro. And then 5 years down the road, you're like, what happened? Well, you didn't stand the fuck up, boys. So it's gone. The very thing you love, the very thing you look forward to every fucking Saturday is being pissed on, respectfully pissed on. Clean piss, John. But the point being is, it's garbage and it's not good. It's a slippery. And then there are people out there. It's a psychological thing. Well, there's nothing we can do. It's coming anyways. It's called learned help. The psychological term is learned helplessness. Never fall in that state. If you disagree, don't be afraid to fucking be vocal, within reason. Know what the hell you're talking about, though. Don't be one of those crazies. Go on, John.
So I of course, I'm a little more on the side of sponsorships for a couple of reasons.
You whore.
I mean, it's my profession, and it's something like, obviously, I think that there is a place for sponsorships. My thing is they have to be tasteful. Their words are carefully, or I think it was thoughtfully integrated. I believe that this
PR fluff.
I believe that this is that, though. This is that.
No,
and
it's
a patch
introduction.
And a jersey patch, same thing. As long as it goes with the color scheme and it's not red or saying crazy things like FCU, FU, MSU, ridiculous. Because one thing that's really important to remember is that this can help fund NIL. And in my opinion, anything that helps fund NIL, as long as it's tastefully done and limited, I'm cool with. Now, one thing we need to keep in mind is we don't know who the new AD is going to be. So Ward has one mind about it. We don't know who. Like, one thing I want to know when they start interviewing and we start hearing names, how are they going to approach sponsorship in the future? Because this is one area where I think we might actually, a lot of us might agree with Ward, that he wants limited color scheme. You know, he's one thing you can't argue. He's an alum. He's going to want to protect Michigan's brand a little more than maybe some others would. This is the one area that I'm going to say nice things about Ward today. But that is something that I think, you know, has been a positive of Ward, is he does protect the brand. Sometimes too much, because he said NIL groups early on couldn't use the block M. But that's beside the point. So you know what I mean? So I'm in support of limited sponsorships that benefit the athletic department, that benefit the NIL programs, and especially that benefit football and basketball. Do I care about, you know, sending hundreds of millions of dollars over to water polo? No, I don't think that's the direction. But football, basketball, the more resources we can put in there to get 5-star talent, because I don't even think it's possible anymore to get 5-star talent without paying a 6-figure minimum for that talent. I don't think it's possible in 2026 to do that.
No, yes, you can. You can get 5-star talent while paying 6-figure.
Like 100K.
Right.
100K would be the beginning of 6-figure.
No, we're talking upward 100K. You're right. I'm sorry. All right. So here's my counter to this, because that's how they're selling it. Well, it's going to help. It's going to help the NIL. John, because like, to sell any bullshit, you got to give a benefit, John. If you don't give it, see, like, we're sports fans. We're surface level motherfuckers, bro. We want to win.
Sure.
Do I give a shit about a McDonald's bag if it results in a natty? Do I give a shit if Connor Stallions was working hard for the American dream to help us get it? No, not at all. Of course, I'm a fucking sports fan. But here's the reality. It's a false premise. When you break it down, it's a false premise. And the reason why it's a false premise is simply this. Your revenue share, your NIL revenue share is capped. We all know this. So then the counter to that, because I've had this debate, is, well, it helps offset costs for the athletic department. This is true. It does bring in, you know, for example, a jersey sponsorship right now for a top brand like Michigan is 18 to 20 million. We'll see what Michigan gets. I don't know what the figure is, by the way. Sure, it will bring in 18 to 20 million to help offset costs. But guess what? That's a false premise, because every fucking top school is getting 18 to 20 million. The cost of the brick goes up, John. The market is going to get more expensive. You didn't actually help the cause. You're in the same boat you were in, because the price of the house is now $800,000 and now no one can afford a home, John. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the reality is you increase money into a market, you dilute the fucking market. And that's what's going to happen. It's economics. It's going to happen in this space. It's why when they introduced revenue share, right? Well, we want to be able to buy players, whatever's going to help my team get talent. Now the quarterback is $3 million and not one. Now the quarterback's $4 million, $5 million. The price of the player is going up. It's not, what is going to happen with the sponsorships, though, is it's going to separate the haves and have-nots. The tier 1 programs will separate, but all the programs in tier 1 are going to be at the same position. The price went up. That's what's happening. The tier 1 separating. The only benefit that's going to happen with this additional sponsorship revenue is tier 1 teams are going to separate, but they're all going to be paying more price now. That's happening. Anyways, it's done. It's happening. I've accepted it. I mean, listen, I don't like it, but we'll watch. Hey, listen, we'll watch the downward trajectory together.
I think a counter is that there's always going to be the haves and the have-nots, and you need to stay with the haves and stay competitive with the Ohio States, with the Georgias, sure, with the best of the Notre Dames. They're going to pull in some great sponsors. I don't think UNLV is going to get Google and Coca-Cola to sponsor them.
I am confident I could assist Michigan in figuring out how to generate $18 million in revenue to not do a jersey sponsorship. You want to whore out the stadium? Go whore out the stadium. I don't give a fuck. Name it fucking Mercedes Big House. I don't care. Don't touch the uniform or the helmet. Okay. They're going to, though. I've already lost that battle. I know. And it's not Meyer. And I think someone said Ford. It's not Ford. That's the only hints I'm dropping for you. It's not Oracle. It's not Oracle either.
With the stadium naming rights, remember this. Everybody's going to call it what they call it, right? So in this case, everybody's going to keep calling it the Big House. Nobody's going to say the Mercedes-Benz or whatever Big House. They will on TV, and that's it, right? They still call it Heinz Field, not Acrisure Field. Like, this is the type of thing I'm talking about. Like, everybody still calls it Heinz Field, even though the ketchup drop doesn't happen anymore, which is very sad. But everybody still calls it that. So everybody's going to still call it what it is, Big House, even when there's a naming rights sponsor. So I'm not really too like you. I'm not too worried about that.
But, all right, what I don't like though is the logo will be on the fucking building. Ew. So there's a stadium by the name of LCA with a fucking little Caesar on top of it. Like, listen, I'm a Detroit sports fan. Very historic history with all of our teams, good or bad. Okay. Red Wings good, Tigers respectable, Pistons respectable, Lions bad. Brother, they put Priority Trash on an original 6 jersey. It's disgusting. Priority's a trash company. Fuck them, by the way. They suck. They're actually a garbage trash company. Everyone hates them. Literally garbage.
Well, they will not be sponsoring our show in the future.
And then one more. Actually, let me just share another reason why. Why is TJ so bothered by this? Let me show you this. This is the original rendering that was sold to the fucking fans, bro. Hold on. Right here. This was the original rendering sold to the fans, okay? This is what the fuck I got. Gross.
Pizza. That's where we're at now.
Yeah. So the point being is I don't trust any of it. I understand what's coming. I also, listen, I've studied marketing. I've studied propaganda. I know how this shit works. It's why if you watch our fucking show, and I have studied those items. I even took classes on them in college. That's why I bring up the things I do and why we try to cut through the bullshit, because I try to identify false truths that are sold to us. Like, for example, a very soft, I'll give one more example. We can leave off this. I'm really not trying to stand on a pedestal. They will soften words to sell agendas. For example, jersey patches. No, it's not. It's a jersey sponsorship. Stop lying to me. So and this is my last story on this. When I was in corporate and I was in consulting, we would comb through emails, John. I'm sure you do. You're in marketing, so you understand. You comb through emails and you try and find words that are maybe too harsh to try and soften it up. You try and tone sentences. Words have power. That's one of the very things you'll learn in that space. And it does matter subconsciously how it is presented. It matters subconsciously. Most people have no idea, not even aware. And the reason why you're not aware is because you don't even know how to look for it. I have literally gone to school and in my professional life have dealt with some of it. So like I try to cut it out, bro. And I hate seeing people getting lied to. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is my position we're being lied to. This will get much worse. That is my premise. I'm over it.
I agree that it's going to get more pronounced. I don't know if the current governing body will allow for like NASCAR-esque, let's go crazy all over the place. I don't think that that's going to happen for a while.
I agree. My concern is NHL level bullshit. If anyone watches an NHL game, just see what's going on there with the boards, with the glass, each available open space on the ice, on top of the jersey here. You got the sponsors behind the boards. It's getting gross. And there are fans, and I know this because I've talked with, listen, I love sports like you do. Some people say, well, I don't even notice it. It's because they got normalization creep. It is now normal. It is now acceptable. What you don't, all right, I will drop it here. Marketing, especially at youth, is to build brand loyalty in your subconscious. So when you think pizza, you think Little Caesars. When you think food, you think McDonald's. This is literally, companies are spending billions on this research. They're trying to get you young, and they're trying to get you when you're not even realizing. Now we will move on. At least I will. I'm over it.
Yeah. Ohio State got a $17 million JP Morgan Chase sponsorship.
That's right.
And I want one too. I don't want Ohio to get it and we don't. You want Ohio to have an advantage in any way?
How about this? We'll do concerts from May to October. We'll do double headers, and by selling concessions and tickets as well as any other rights, we can make money. Sponsorships. We could do sponsorships at the concert, John. Hey, listen, you do event marketing. Let's hire John. Let's fucking hire John and his company.
Sure.
And guess what? I got another one for you. You know what was a good time? How about this Euro tour? Was that not fun to watch Michigan basketball? We didn't even talk about that. Shame on us. We're at 2 hours, by the way, because it's football season, boys.
There's a lot of content today. Hours. Yeah.
All right, listen to this. How about this? Let's do a summer Euro tour where Michigan basketball plays against different countries and their top teams. And then let's fucking sell the TV rights. Let's make money that way. How about we get creative here? Fuck Ohio State. How about that? We lead from the pack. We don't follow, John. Fuck them.
Yeah, that was I mean, there were some really good concerts.
There are ways to get creative. There are ways to get creative, bro. It's lazy. It's lazy and it's easy dollar shit.
Yeah, what the Morgan Wallen thing has shown is that there can be lights out concerts with a major star, and you can do that and have a concert series for sure. I think that's definitely another way to do it. But you know what? Ohio's probably going to do the same thing. So, you got to continue to counter. I don't ever want us to be second fiddle in any way to Ohio State, including in this area. Just needs to be tasteful. That's my
well, then
criteria.
Then we need it. Then we definitely, if we don't want to be second fiddle to Ohio State, then we definitely need to find our lingerie mogul who dips their hands in not so good areas.
Oh, snap. Oh, love it. Yes.
Let's not fall behind there.
Let's not fall behind with I'm just gonna leave that there. Shout out Les Wexner. Jeffrey Epstein's best friend who is still the biggest sponsor of OSU. Okay.
Well, it is the Lex Wexner football facility or some whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah. Hey, Wolverine, we got Bryce with 20 passing touchdowns. So he is buying the 20 plus passing touchdowns. And I hope you're right. I want you to be right. I want you to be right so bad. Because that means it's a great possibility.
Dude.
Wolverine Warrior. How about Michigan Voice of College Football, Big House? How about that? Let's go.
Yeah, I'm fucking I mean, I would still say no. See, like I'm not trying. No, fuck that. I'd say let's not. How about this? Let's do it, but not have our name there because we're men of honor.
There you go.
We could never afford it though. But we respect the idea.
Hey, Yomob with the 5 bold prediction. Michigan 10-2. Bryce has a big year. However, Bryce throws a pick on his first drive and a 15-minute meltdown ensues. I'm not going to melt down if he throws a pick on the first drive. I'm going to be bummed, but I'm not going to melt down. I expect him to throw some picks, especially early. I don't think we're going to. Are you going to melt down if he throws a pick?
No, but the fan base will. And the rivals will eat it up. Sure. But no, I mean, we'll see. I'm not. My mind, I'll be frank with you, my mind wasn't even there. I think, quite frankly, they'll play very safe on the first drive, just kind of get things in motion, get a field going. I think they may set up the run, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm very interested to see how that first drive is scripted.
I don't know who just y'all. I don't know who did that. Let's see. So Ripstar is not banned, y'all. So if somebody banned him, we need to undo that. And I will do that. I need you guys to let me handle any moderation on Ripstar. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. So let's go Wolverine Warrior with.
So this is a good idea. This is a good idea.
Super chats to be put on the jumbo
on commercial breaks, John. Why the fuck not? Let fans give takes. And then that's a great way. It can go to NIL. It can go to fucking NIL. Another way to get creative. Listen, here's a crazy thought. Michigan holds over 100,000 fans. How about you just say, hey, would you like to, bro, when you're at a concession, all extra change, would you like to donate it to NIL? Or would you like to donate to the athletic department? And then let people choose if they want to or not. There are ways to generate a lot of revenue. There are ways. Yeah. I'm just saying.
All right. We got it. We'll figure it out on the Rip thing. But so Devin had back-to-back 10s. So Devin with the 10 and then another 10. I think we're back this year, boys. How about that? Love that from Devin. Thank you.
I think as a program identity, we're back. How far the team takes it, we're going to find out. It's a tough schedule, so that's the only. Listen, if this was a Notre Dame schedule, I'd lock playoffs in. I would lock it in.
Yeah. I think the schedule it really is a gauntlet, but the best teams, the most elite teams, they don't care. Like they're ready to face whatever it is. I mean, I know that was the mentality earlier on Menace to Sports when they don't care. They want to go undefeated regardless of if they're playing, every top 15 team or 0. They don't care. They want to go undefeated. And that's where Michigan needs to be. And that's where I hope under Kyle Whittingham we can get to.
I think undefeated is listen, Buckeyes are going to really fucking love this. I think undefeated is an unrealistic expectation. I think 10 wins should be the standard at Michigan. 10 wins, win the Big Ten, make the playoffs. That's the standard. And now there will be seasons where it's natty or bust, though. Just like Michigan basketball this past year, there will be natty or bust seasons.
Yeah, this is definitely not one of them. This is he gets his first. Kyle gets his first year to I still want 10-2, but I don't expect undefeated national championship. But I do expect being in the hunt at least for a playoff spot. And maybe Michigan falls a little short, but you got to be in. I think Michigan needs to at least be in the hunt every year. That's why 2024 was such a disappointment, because Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant came back for this. Some all-time D linemen, especially Mason Graham. And they came back for a 7-5 season. Not good enough. You need, I think you got to be
a championship level defense.
Yeah. Yeah, rough times, but hey,
maybe we should sue Harbaugh, John. Maybe we should sue Harbaugh. I'm just kidding. Don't sue Harbaugh.
Yo, Mob, thoughts on Bryce Underwood 30 total touchdowns, rush plus pass?
It's I'd put it right there, man. I'd put it right there.
Yeah, if I'm 19 passing, then that would mean 11 plus rushing. 11's a lot. I think 9 or 10. Like, I just think it's right there. Could go on either side of it. I think it's going to be a little shorter than that. I think like maybe 27, 28 total.
Yeah.
So I'm right
there. I'm in that 27 to like 31 window.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that went, folks. This was an almost 2.5 hour show. So you're welcome on that. And, but thank you everybody who came by. I want to get everybody excited because first of all, we of course have the Thursday show with TJ and Johnny. Are we good? I forgot to check. Are we good? We're good on that for this Thursday?
Yeah, as it stands, we are good to go Thursday, 8 p.m.
Okay, so check that out. Check out Voice of College Football Mark Rogers show at 9 p.m. Eastern on the main channel. And, folks, starting next Tuesday, it's all systems go for the season. And I want to share that we have 4 really cool media guests lined up for the first 4 previews. So for week 1, so coming up this Tuesday, TJ Wilkerson. So another TJ. There's going to be 2 TJs and a John on next week. Right, exactly. TJ Wilkerson from Western Michigan Athletics, who's going to be our guest. So that's going to be a really cool and interesting perspective to learn a little bit more about the Western Michigan Broncos and what to expect. So that's week 1. I'm just going to go through them all real quick. Week 2, we've got the Sooner Smiths, who host the Sooner Smiths on the Oklahoma channel at Voice of College Football. On week 3, we've got Steve Helwick from Underdog Dynasty, who's going to be helping us break down UTEP. And finally, for week 4, Elliot Claw from Hawkeye Insider 247 Sports. So we got some really cool media guests coming up, lined up for you for the season, DJ.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, I'll tell you what, I'm actually really looking forward to the Michigan, Western Michigan, because I'm telling you, I find it very curious, the MAC favorite. This is not some scummy MAC team. This is a team that has potential, some bite. Good first test for Michigan. I do want to learn more. I want to get more from his perspective. He's very close to the team, obviously. That'll be good. Sooner Smiths are great. We know they have team access, so we get all the goodies. We will ask about Cole Sullivan. Cole Sullivan. I want to know what the fuck's going on, because that's
what's
madness.
Going on there.
Well, I reached out to them over the summer, and they were kind of like, what do you mean? Like, he was a cornerstone player for us, I mean, he was rising to be one. And then, I mean, a lot of good guests, and I know we have a lot more planned for the later games, but we're getting the first phase of the season scheduled. So looking forward to it, man.
And it may go without saying at this point, I think we've talked about it before, but the return of the Michigan post-game live call-in show is happening. That's right, folks. Every Saturday after the game, you can call in, give your take. We're going to go $150 every hour. So if you want a second hour, a third hour, a fourth hour, $150 an hour in super chats and memberships and all of that, and people can call in and give their take. And I am going to try to get a little quicker to calls than I did last season, but sometimes
we were
super
fine.
chats just keep flowing.
John, I'm going to stop you right now. We operated just fine. Who gives a shit? It is what it is, bro. The show runs as the show runs. Like, we're not going to listen. We will get to calls. Listen, we do 4, 5, 6 hour shows. I am sorry. There's a wait. We just did a 2.5 hour show tonight. I have no apologies.
Right.
For that.
So look forward to that. Saturday post-game call-in show live is back. We decided back in the 23 season, so when I was doing it with Dre, and we decided to start taking calls because why not, right? Let's get people's takes on what just happened, and then we just have carried that through every year since, and it's coming back. And honestly, that's probably my favorite show to do all year is the Saturday post game. It's just such a fun time.
You know what's crazy is watching the game and doing the show here. Your Saturday is done, and unfortunately, the one negative is you don't get to watch all the games. Now we have them on where we're watching them.
Sure,
but bro, John, there's going to be games that end at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. We're going till 2, 3 in the morning. And we do. And why? Well, we love the team. It's a good time. Mm-hmm. The post game is the best show. I mean, I think we all agree. Good or bad, it is the best show. But the result, good or bad. But the only downside is your day is done. Your day is Michigan, which that's actually a great thing. But I wish I could watch more football games sometimes, like because I do miss that component, which is why I like the night games. Because if we have a night game, but then we're up till 3 in the morning, which whatever. Now I'm battling myself in my mind. But long story short, I agree. Not to drag that on, John. Not to drag that on.
So I'm sure Michigander, we'll get back to you on the DM there. So yeah,
as we speak, actually.
Yeah, we'll get back to you for sure. I definitely can't because I'm probably just going to the one game in November, but we will see. Because remember, we do have to do post game. So I did figure out a way to do it last year when I did the Maryland game with Courtney and Maniac.
Yeah, but then what happened? You got kicked from the stadium.
Then I got kicked out, and then I had to do it.
And it's a fucking pain in the ass. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, and that's kind of what I'm breaking down with Michigander right now. Is it's just too difficult. Like, here's the reality. So, what I mean is very respectfully to absolutely everybody. And in Michigander, it's all actually fuck. Let's do it live. I love you, brother. We have an obligation with the network where we do post game. Mm-hmm. When we are at games, it makes it very challenging for either one of the hosts, both the hosts, the show. It can't operate as it's supposed to. We have sponsor obligations. It makes it tough to do games. If I'm going to go to a game, it's got to be a unique ass situation. For example, John's in town. Well, we can make that work because we'll get an Airbnb. We can get a setup. An Ohio State game, if it's something we can make work, it's something we can make work. But if it just makes it's hard to do games when you have show and network and sponsorship obligations. So that's the one down. I mean, I guess that's the one downside. But we get to talk ball with y'all. So that's the positive.
Yeah. If you guys really want to see how it went when I tried to do it, and you guys can go back to the Maryland post game. And the first 5 minutes were really cool. The first 5 to 7 minutes when we were just starting the show were really, really cool when I had the stadium behind me. And then it just went completely downhill for the next hour and a half until I finally was able to get home and finish out the show with you guys at the very end. So it's just not, but TJ and I are both planning on doing a game. Maybe it will be. It sounds like it's going to be MSU.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's a rival game. So Jay remembers that. Yeah. And I thought it was a cool thing to try.
It was.
Right. But I didn't know within 5 minutes, people are going to come up to me and be like, hey, you need to go.
Well, at Maryland, John, they're not used to fans in the stands. So
You're right. You're right. They didn't know how to react to somebody staying. They didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Like, all right, another example is like spring game. Man, it's tough to do that post game. Like because there's multiple people. You have one camera. It's just tough, dude. It makes it hard. That's the one negative, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. Life's good.
Yeah, I mean, I do think the spring broadcast is just a cool thing to do. I kind of love the rotating because you get to hear from everybody, and you've got like the backdrop of the big house and stuff. That was when I did it the first year. That was really, really fun. It just always tends to come right overlapping with our spring, my company's spring conference. So like,
yeah, I know it's the same week, and you made it work the year prior. It is what it is.
Yeah. But
Whittingham said he doesn't want to do that game anymore.
So it might just be like a regular.
It could be done. I mean, but wouldn't that be a great sponsorship opportunity? How about this? Sell tickets for $5 Like, let's figure out ways to make. Hire me and John. We got it. Like, we'll fucking hire a consulting firm, TJ and John.
There you go.
And we'll figure it out, boys. Save the jersey.
All right, everybody. Well, that about does it for this episode. Don't forget, as always, to check us out on X at TJ_Ronin, at John Diadamo. Hit the like button on your way out. Shout out to FanDuel and Freedom Services. And I'm also going to throw one out to Win Agency, because you may be seeing seeing them coming back soon. So we'll shout out. So we're gonna shout out, and everybody who super chatted, Quinn, and Ryan, and everybody who just brought it today,
and everyone who just joined us. And welcome back. Season's here. Let's do the damn thing. Let's enjoy it. Thank you for liking the show. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for hate watching the show. We appreciate you.
And thanks to Jordan for saying great show. And how about M1A1?
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. That's some high praise. There's some really good shows out there that I watch, even, some of the shows. So that means a lot. We do our best to bring you the best content and the best intel and insight and analysis. And we got the community. That's what matters.
Yep. Yes, we do, bro.
All right. So any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Yeah, the fucking season's here. Let's enjoy the ride. That's it. Let's go. And fuck Ohio State.
Fuck Ohio. Go Blue. The season's here. Let's enjoy it. Until next time, Johnny, I was saying go Blue, and we will see you Thursday night for the Michigan Call-In Show live.
Go Blue.